Hello, this is Matt Boynton. Here for an episode of Matt's Maps. This is kind of a special series we're starting. I'm here with Russ Camp, and this is the California edition of Matt's Maps. We've been on a great trip that was to the Silicon Valley. It was very educational for us. We brought back some really good ideas, and we're going to try to share those with you. Our first stop, we went. Our purpose of our trip, we went to the Internet of Things conference. Now, that really had a lot of really interesting things, really interesting, I guess, for lack of a better word, things that are up and coming in the world of Internet. But it was in the Silicon Valley. Now, Russ has been there before. It was my first trip. Everything we know of that is on internet today seems to me to be packed in this one neat little area around the San Francisco Bay up to San Jose. And Russ was a little bit of a tour guide for us. What all did we see, Russ?
We went to Google's headquarters, Apple's headquarters, and even their new spaceship building that they're building, and it's pretty much ready. Facebook, a lot of people use that, and what else did we go?
Netflix.
Netflix, yeah, I forgot about Roku, Netflix, and a couple other places we may talk about in future series that we didn't make to. We went by there and was kind of disappointed about it, but we'll talk about that in another episode.
Today's episode focuses on our visit with the Nominum company, and they provide our DNS servers. They were nice enough to give us some good talks while we were there that we can share with you about what they do here with Bledsoe Telephone's internet. And Russ, you can tell us a little more about that.
Yeah, so what you're going to see is our first day there before the conference started. Matt and I went to Nominum. You've probably never heard of them, but what we use with them for DNS caching, as well as some of the security things that they have with that product, you use every time you go to a website, every time you use the internet. It's the directory for the internet, basically, and so it's a very important piece that makes the internet work, and this company provides a very crucial part for what we're doing to provide internet service to you. And so we spoke with their CEO and some people in the data analytics portion of the company. And I'll have some more as we go along, maybe in future editions of Matt's Maps, talking about some of the things we're seeing with the DNS and some of the security things, because they're helping block botnet traffic, as well as botnet viruses, as well as DNS amplification attacks. We see a lot of these attacks that try to attack other domains, try to bring them down, and they use maybe your computer's infected with something, and so our DNS server will catch up on that, and it will not let that happen if it sees it. And Nominum's a big company. They've got 130 plus, different ISPs around the world, and we're probably the smallest one they have. So
I know that was a very interesting part of our visit, and they were very interested in talking with us because of that, because a company our size was interested in installing our own DNS servers. I think they were very impressed with. Seems like they kind of referenced us as that's an ambitious project for a small internet service provider. But for those of you that don't know, Russ handles a lot of that internet traffic and developing and building our our system that provides your internet, and Russ does a great job. So it was a lot of fun for me to be alongside Russ there in the Silicon Valley, and I learned a lot and got to see a lot of really neat and useful things. In addition, a lot of these names, Nominum, we stopped by Dell.
Yep, Dell Computer. We
And-
did do filming there. Some places we couldn't do that in, but you may be getting ready to touch on it. Everybody was so nice to us.
They were very
and
nice.
Really talked to us like they wanted to know what they needed, what we needed from them, basically. And so we were impressed with that, with all the companies we went to. It was just
Absolutely.
a really good experience we had. So
Absolutely, and we hope through this series we can bring some of the technology that we saw there in the Silicon Valley, kind of a world-leading location for these applications, and show how we use those right here at Bledsoe Telephone.
right. So pretty much everything that we use from our core routers from Juniper, they're located in that area, and Cisco Systems is there, and it's just a unique area where there's a lot of talent and a lot of people that come up with things that we all use every day in our lives as far as when it comes to accessing the internet. So hope you enjoy this series as much as we enjoyed filming and doing it. This first one being Nominum, then we'll have some intros to the ones to follow after that, as well as our Internet of Things conference and some of the things we saw there that was pretty neat, that we think you might find interesting.
It was very neat. In addition, we did a little sightseeing. We'll show some of that as well in the weeks to come.
Exactly.
So thank you, and I hope you enjoy.
Hi, this is Russ Camp. We're here at Nominum. You're going to start seeing, as far as Bledsoe Telephone subscribers, you're going to see Nominum on our website. For you to log in, it's going to be a feature for some protection. And I'm here today. We're in Redwood City, is that correct? Right out, basically Silicon Valley, right outside San Jose, San Francisco area. Oracle's right next door. There's a lot of high-tech companies here in this area, and we're here for Internet of Things, and Nominum is a company that we have chosen, and they're working with us to do the backside of things you probably will not notice, other than when you go to a website, it's going to be querying back to a DNS server, and Nominum is the company that does that, and some other things. I'm going to let the CEO, Gary, here talk about a little bit about their product, and we're going to see some graphs and such that they have. So Gary, pleasure to meet you. Thanks for having us today.
Thank you.
And I know we're a very small company. You're used to dealing with very large companies, we, as far as Bledsoe Telephone, are trying to provide things to our subscribers, our small subscribers, that they would get in San Francisco or here in San Jose or Redwood City or wherever, Atlanta. And so we're glad to have you part of in our network. So if you can, just talk a little bit about the company, and then I know we're going to go see Yuri just for a few minutes, and he'll talk about some of the things he sees on bots and threats of the network that we're trying to protect you, our subscribers. So.
Well, first, I'm pleased that Bledsoe's a customer. As Russ said, we're here right in the heart of Silicon Valley. You can look out my office window and see the big Oracle complex. We generally work with very, very large telcos. So we work with the world's largest telcos. We're currently now in 135 telecommunications providers in 41 countries. 85% of our business comes from outside the United States, but we do have most of all the major players inside the U.S. So we're excited. Bledsoe's a very progressive company. They're a very, very technically savvy company, and recognize that we have a world leadership position in our DNS, which connects. When you type in, you want to go to TennesseeValley.com, that the internet physically changes that wording into a routing number, an IP address, that connects you to the appropriate server where you find that content. That's an essential piece of the internet. It's the first thing that the internet does when you type in a website name. And we have a very, very fast, very reliable DNS engine. Bledsoe's also made the investment in some of our security products, so you'll notice a much higher level of security in and around your activity on the internet. And I'm excited, Bledsoe's a very progressive company. We're excited to be working with them. And my wife's family's from Gallatin, Tennessee, so I spent a lot of time in Tennessee and love that area. And so we're excited to have Bledsoe on our customer list and really taken a step right next to some of the world's largest telcos in terms of the progressive thinking. And I'm excited. We're going to switch over to our data science team. Yuri heads our data science group, and he's going to spend a few minutes talking about some of the latest security things that we've seen happening in the world and what Nominum is doing to protect you, the subscribers of Bledsoe. So awesome. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll hear from Yuri in a few minutes.
Yep, we appreciate you letting us come in today, and you're going to see some really neat stuff in the background that you don't know is going on. You hear about some of these things in the news, and it's our goal to protect you, the subscriber, from all this bad stuff that's happening out on the internet as best we can. And we can't get you 100% on anything, but we're trying to do the best we can with what resources we have. And so Nominum's a big player in that, and you're going to get ready to see some really neat stuff.
We're always excited to work with very smart progressive companies, and we'll provide a much higher level of service to your subscribers, and that's what we're here to do.
Good, very good.
Thank you so much.
Right, look forward to it. I'm here with Yuri at Nominum. He's going to let him introduce himself and what he and his team do for Nominum.
Thank you. Pleasure to see you here, and I'm leading data science and cybersecurity team here at Nominum, and the team is working very hard on bringing the innovation in the data science to cybersecurity to find the new threats as they appear, as the time gets shorter and shorter between the start of an attack and the time we need to react and protect the subscribers of your and other telecommunication companies.
He sees all the back end. He's going to talk about some of the monitors here behind us, and he gets to see what kind of threats are going on the network before we see them here in the U.S. and specifically here on Bledsoe's network. And so, Yuri, nice meeting you. Thank you for having us in today.
Thank you for having me. And a pleasure to see you at our headquarters. So what my team is doing is trying to get the DNS data and turn it into the security insights using data science. And DNS is a huge part of the security landscape today, and more than 90% of the malware is using DNS. And DNS is, for somebody who doesn't know, it translates the domain names into the IP addresses. And we collect a lot of DNS queries from around the world in real time and use it to detect new attacks. Just recently we had the Google Doc phishing attack, and WannaCry attack is still spreading and still showing up in the news. And we build a lot of variety of different algorithms that process real-time information to detect the new attacks that nobody has seen before. And just as you can see with this dashboard we just use internally to show how we process the real-time data and find new suspicious domains that might have been used by the malware. And
so you're right now with this number, which is close to 700 million, getting close to 1 billion domains that they're looking at, and then all the queries from their 130 subscribers. We're one of those that around the world they're being able to see all this data that's coming in, and you're able to. You're just basically seeing what people are looking at.
Well, we don't look for the people's traffic. We look for the malware traffic, right. Machine-to-machine traffic, and we find anomalies there that help us detect what the malware is trying to do and find a new one. And For example, the Google Doc phishing that was just a few days ago was picked up by the algorithm, and I invite everybody to read our technical blog where we discuss these things in more technical details. And in addition to the looking for the new things that we see in the traffic, we also apply machine learning to a lot of this data to get the full power of the advances of the science to see something that is impossible to see by a human. So it's not just the great team that we have here at Nominum, but it's augmented by the power of the machines today to fight the common evil.
Okay. Yep. So our goal is using Nominum is to protect you, the subscriber, on our network, and so they're looking at all the data there to find those anomalies that where somebody bad's trying to get you to click on something or whatever that might bring up, and so we're going to try to block that in the background so that stuff never comes up on your screen. So that's basically our goal. Now we can do, like I stated earlier with Gary, can't be 100%, but if we can get a large majority of it, that helps you not have to take your computer in to get a virus off your computer or whatever to the computer store. So, and also makes your internet faster because you're not getting all this junk coming up. So, Yuri, what's this screen right here that's got kind of this little?
That's the output of one of our machine learning algorithms that clustering the bad domains. What the operators of the malware are trying to do to try to stay under the radar of the security companies, and we connect the dots in the what we call long tail, identifying their activity that otherwise would have been missed by the security companies outside Nominum. So there's a lot of value that we add using the data that we receive from telecoms and combine it with the insights from the security community as a whole to produce the better protection for subscribers of our customers to communication companies.
Great. That's great. And we appreciate you having us today. I know you've got some exciting things going on, and our customers won't see all that in the background, but just to know that we're trying to protect them from all the bad stuff that goes on out there. So.
We do our best.
Thank you.
Thank you.